Hello everyone, I am Captain Jashpal Singh Kainth. Today we will discuss an a very important equipment called electronic chart display and information system called ECDIS in short. Within this slide video we will try to discuss some topics related to ECDIS today. The topics to discuss are what is ECDIS and what it can do, global coverage statistics, advantage of ECDIS over paper charts, minimum sensor configuration of ECDIS charts, ECDIS for type approval, basic sensor integration setup found on most ships using ECDIS, sensor integration found on most modern ships using ECDIS installed post 2020, and electronic navigation charts called ENCs, raster charts, RNCs, navigation charts, IHO standard 52, IHO standard 57, and system electronic navigational charts, that is SENC. As you all know, ECDIS is an is called electronic chart display and information system. As the name suggests, is a computer-based navigation system used on ship to display and provide information for safe navigation. The basic function on ECDIS is to provide vessels position in real time, direction, and speed by integration of various sensors like GPS, gyro, and speed logs respectively. On official electronic navigation charts, that is ENCs, helping mariners to plan and monitor safe voyages. Initially, it became very difficult for the IHO to convert all the paper chart into electronic chart. But slowly, as the years passed, now you can see from here, globally, nearly 100% of all major shipping lines are converted into ENCs. Around 91% of coastal areas is covered by ENCs, and 800 plus major ports are also covered by. Rest will all be shortly done. Advantages of ECDIS over paper charts. As you can see, all information in the ECDIS is processed and displayed in real time. It eases the process of passage planning. Earlier, it was very tedious, time consuming, and very long process of making passage plan. But now it can be done in seconds or minutes, sorry. One can get all necessary navigation information at a glance. That means in ECDIS, all the objects displayed in the ENCs can be interrogated by right clicking and picking up the pick report, and you can get all the information. Alarms and indications are in place to indicate and highlight dangers, which was not there earlier in the paper chart. Chart corrections is made easier in ECDIS as compared to paper chart. We all know how difficult it was to convert or to update paper charts. Now it has become very easy just by clicking the mouse. Charts can be tailored as per requirement of the voyage. That means you can insert some text, you can insert some drawings, and can be tailored. The charts can be tailored. Other navigation equipment such as AIS, ARPA, etc. can be overlaid. Even radar, ARPA, so becomes very easy. Instead of going from one equipment to the other equipment, just stand at one equipment, that means ECDIS, and you can have all the information available at your fingertips. Charts can be oriented as per requirement. Earlier, paper charts were all north oriented, but now you can, using ECDIS, you can orient the charts also, and we can head up, course up, or north up. And they have the facility to zoom in and zoom out. Very good. If you want to see only a small portion of the chart, you can just zoom in and see. No need to see the whole chart. One can obtain more accurate ETA. Very good. Earlier it was very difficult. I mean, difficult in the sense it was time consuming. Just take the distance to go and then multiply and divide, and then you can get the ET and all that. But now you can just put your speed and all. You can easily get your ETA in the ECDIS. Charts can be interrogated for detailed information. As I said earlier, you can just right click, go to the pick report and interrogate, or you can get information of all the objects on the charts. All in all, it enhances the safety navigation, which is actually the prime function of the ECDIS. As per IMO performance standard, only three equipment or three sensors are supposed to be integrated into ECDIS. GPS for position, gyro for your direction, and speed log for your speed. But over a period of time, it has all changed. Now you can see the basic sensor integration setup found on most of the ships now. You see echo sounder, autopilot, AIS, speed log, RIO, which I will explain later, gyro 1 and 2, both the gyros you can, if you have two gyros on board, you can integrate also RPAS, including both the RPAS, if you have two RPAS on board. Sensor integration found on most modern ships, the ships built after 2020, installed post 2020. You can now, on the sea, you can see almost all the equipment on the bridge can be integrated into the ECDIS. Looks very nice. ARPA, radar, engine, telegraph, movements you can be given, echo sounder. You can see at your glance, left, UKC, autopilot. No need to go to the gyro to change the courses, OneWAS, and get the alarms, weather information, anemometer, AIS, speed log. What is this RIO? It is a route information object, means it stores and displays planned route specific information that supports safe navigation and voyage monitoring. RIO can contain navigation informations, which normally you get either on SATC or Navtex. UKC, the reporting, so many reporting you have to do on in the VTS when you are transiting channels or congested waters, navigation restrictions, no-go areas like that. Very good. So you can do all these things in ECDIS. Our next topic is ENCs, called electronic navigational charts. ENCs, that means electronic navigation charts, are vector charts, or we can call them intelligent charts, where all information is stored as individual objects like points, buoys, lighthouses, lines, TSS, everything is there. They are official chart issued by hydrographic offices for use in ECDIS. That means if an type approved ECDIS is using ENC, the ENC has to be official, scalable, means no loss of clarity when zooming out. When zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, you can get, there is no what you call distortion. The objects look same even in zooming in and zooming out. That means the object size will not change. If you zoom in, it will remain the same. But best part is that there is no distortion. You can get alarms, warnings. If you are in the beginning of the passage, if you put safety parameters like shallow contour, depth, shallow safety contour, safety depth, and deep contour, you can get all the alarms when approaching them. It can have a look ahead facility for grounding. It can be in the form of a rectangle or it can be in the form of a cone. You can get anti-grounding alarm and can be updated. As paper charts were updated on the weekly basis, on the basis of getting weekly notices from mariners, even the ENCs can be updated on a weekly basis. Next is raster navigation charts. Before the ENCs came into the picture, before they were printed, RNCs were basically used on ECDIS, which earlier was called raster chart display system. Since electronic charts were not available, so all paper charts were converted into raster charts, and they were actually nothing but digital images of traditional paper charts, scanned copies or scanned paper. They were based on pixel, not fully interactive, but some of them can be. Zooming is possible also in RNCs, but you can get some kind of distortion or pixelation. It cannot support all the ECDIS functions. RNCs usually used mainly where ENCs are not available. That is the only advantage of RNCs you have. No objects based alarms. That means you cannot get any alarm of the objects. Limited automation, not fully automated. Cannot be used alone for SOLAS paperless navigation. That means if you are using RNCs, you have to have a backup as paper charts. The next topic that we are going to discuss is IHO standard S52. IHO is International Hydrographic Office. It has made some standard, some format. On the basis of that format, you display or transfer the ENCs. So an IHO standard that controls how ENCs data is displayed on an ECDIS. So publication S52, specification for chart content and display aspects of ECDIS. It defines how chart must look and behave on screen. Only display. S52 standardizes chart presentation, that is color of depth, and lands, safety contours, lines, coastline, boundaries, symbol, rag buoys, lights. It also standardizes priority and visibility. That means which object must be visible and which must be hidden. That is possible with IHO standard S52 format. It also standardizes alarm and indications like shallow and safety depth, and also isolated and prohibited areas. And the last is standardizes viewing modes, day, night. You can see anything. Then make it dusk.